Now it is time to prepare the hull for the second camouflage color, TCP-1034 green number 3, that needs to be spray painted. I used the bulldog stand that was intended for aircraft to hold the hull, but I am not completely happy with this method. There must be a better method to hold a ship's hull steady enough to put masking on the bottom and the sides. At any rate, the entire keel needs to be masked, so cut the masking paper in strips to suit your taste and how to achieve the coverage. Once the keel is masked, use a burnisher to secure it in place, and you are ready to mask the sides for the second color. Starting at the stern, on the starboard side, I prepare the first piece of masking by following the U.S. Navy drawing from measure 31. Note that I am cutting the TCP-900 with either a scissor or a hobby knife, peeling the backing paper, and use a burnisher to smooth out and secure that masking to the model. Continuing forward toward the bow, I draw the pattern as close as possible to the Navy diagram on the masking paper and apply it to the starboard side. Try to follow the U.S. Navy drawing to get as accurate a representation as possible. You will be pleased at the end results. Use the same procedure for all of the parts on the starboard side. Note, the port side is a different pattern, so you can't cut two pieces the same shape. Masking the port side from the stern forward to the bow, using scissors or a hobby knife to cut the pattern as close as possible to the U.S. Navy diagram, continues until all the masks are completed. Use a burnisher to secure the masking in place. Make sure you mask to the top and the bottom of the hull to complete the camo pattern correct. A piece of TCP-900 masking paper is applied to the stern. Now you are ready to paint the TCP-1034 green number 3 as the second camo color. Unfortunately, we have misplaced the painting of the TCP-1034 green number 3. but that would have been done with the same technique and procedures as I have shown in the previous chapter. Now I am applying the TCP 900 masking paper to both the port and starboard sides of the hull, so we can paint the third and final camo color, TCP 1001, dull black number 82. Follow the U.S. Navy diagram to place the masking paper as closely as possible. Spray TCP 1001, dull black number 82, on the hull and set this aside to dry thoroughly, as the next step is to remove all of the masking we have used on the deck and the hull. It makes no difference which parts you remove the masking paper from first, but please note that I have left the masking paper sit on both items for well over a week. I have started with the hull, and you will note that I have no difficulty removing the masking paper, nor do I remove any of the previously applied colors. All of our military paints have adhesion promoters added in order to be able to do multicolored models, and our masking paper is designed with the modeler in mind. Remove the masking paper from the deck. Note, the masking can be peeled off, even complex curves, and molded in items with ease, and that the demarcation between colors is sharp and no paint is removed. A few of the molded in parts on the deck need to be hand painted, and the instructions are not explicit as to what specific colors are needed, and the U.S. Navy diagram doesn't show anything either. So the large main lifeboat is being painted TCP 800 flat white. I will touch up any overage later. TCP 1006 50 Ocean Gray is being hand painted on the two large hatches on the deck and other smaller areas. matte steel TCP-412 is being painted on the two large guns. Now the running lights are painted. I chose railroad colors as they are nice, bright, and glossy. TCP-055 Sioux Line Red being painted on the left light, and TCP-067 BN Cascade Green are painted on the right light. Several small figures need to be hand painted. I started with the trousers, which I am painting TCP 1402 Olive Drab number 3. Next is TCP 1010 Deck Blue 20B on the tunics of each of the 3 figures. I have chosen TCP 174 Grime to paint the helmets of each of the figures. Note, I am using the smallest brush we have available to us. The next color to apply to the very small figures is TCP 805 Flat Black on the boots. Final color to apply to all of the figures is TCP 840 Flesh. Since these figures are so tiny, it would be difficult to discern any difference of flesh tones of all 3. If you have any questions about techniques explored in this video, or general questions about this build, please post your questions in the comments section below.